stage, and after those 30 seconds, you have 60 seconds to give your elevator pitch until we kick you off to the next campus. The slides are sorted by first name. So whatever your first name is, if it's an A, Alexander, get ready. So beware, get ready. And you'll see your face. Your face is on there. That'll be so after that, it's only 21 people gave slides. We have a couple people who didn't give slides. We won't point you out. It'll become clear afterwards. So after we give all the talks, we're going to organize people into groups that are of like interests or similar interests. And the idea is, just like the mentoring sessions before, we want people to kind of get together and talk shop a little bit more, get to know each other technically. Right, so mentors, how many mentors do we have here? Okay, perfect. So we're going to organize the groups by these interest groups and choose which one to go to. And you can listen in and give your opinions as well. Does this make sense?
This is going to be live?
So, I think it's going to be live. Yeah, unless someone's plugged in. So after we make these groups, the people who didn't give a presentation, we'll just ask you to come up and give 60 seconds on what you're doing, following the model of everyone else, and then we'll add you to get drafted to one of the other groups. Then with the remaining time, we'll let you just talk about its own interests.
You have the order of the people.
The order is alphabetical by your first name.
Okay. That helps.
So get ready. So you see your picture up here, you have 30 seconds to go. So we will have an example just to get started. Alexander first. Oh, yeah. You're ready.
I'll give an example so you have a couple of minutes. Oh, yeah, you have a couple of minutes. I'm gonna give an example. And then we'll have you.
All right.
So where do I stand, by the way, just so make sure I'm.
You can stand
Okay.
wherever you feel comfortable. And I have a timer here. I should.
Oh, crap, I have a timer. Oh, no. It might not be 60 seconds.
We still need a gong.
Every
Next year,
phone
we
has
need
a
gong.
timer.
If you go over, I'm gonna boo.
You're gonna boo? That's okay, boo.
Okay, we'll play the violin music like
Violin,
Oscars.
violin, the smallest violin that ever existed.
All right. So we're gonna get started, and Alexander, get ready.
All right, hello, my name is Brandy Marshall. I'm an associate professor at Spelman College. One of the interesting projects that I'm working on is hashtag Black Twitter. And it's the part I'm working on with a group of undergraduates, about 2 or 3 of them. And what they're working on is in order to understand the Twitter API and all of the application layers of Twitter and what is happening in the subculture of Black Twitter. I like to explain Black Twitter as more or less the first time in history in which African-American culture has been completely documented. So what would happen if we were actually looking at Black Twitter as a way to understand what is the propagation of information, issues, and movements that are going through the African-American community, including Black Lives Matter and all of the police brutality.
15 seconds.
15 seconds? Oh, see, I talked really fast because I was very, very conscientious of the 60 seconds. So that's all.
All right, thank
I'm
you.
good? Thank you. That's an example.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was really good. You don't have to talk fast. There's pressure. But,
Sorry, the secret is that when you're on stage, time flows faster for you than for everybody else. So you actually have to talk really, really slow in your head to get normal speed for everybody else.
all right. So this is a friendly environment, even though it's live. We don't have to read comments, but we'll be very constructive here. So who's first? You have 30 seconds to come up and find your footing and all that.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Rodriguez. I am a master's student in data science at the University of Oklahoma and also a graduate research assistant. My bachelor was in mechatronics engineering. From there, I started to learn machine learning and also statistical modeling. And I applied machine learning to electric load forecasting, for example, also social interactions from Twitter. It's very small projects from cable, but it was from cable also video. People behavior simulation, that was one project from the network one, when I was in a research lab. And control valves failure that it was when I was working in the maintenance department in my country. And I'm interested now in applying data science for social good. Hopefully, I will get a job and we can, and also I can do some side projects related to that area.
Under time, 30 seconds left. Good job. Good job.
Hello, my name is Andrea Guerrero. I have a bachelor's and a master's in electrical engineering. I just graduated from New Mexico State University. And during my bachelor's, I focused on machine learning, signal processing, and software development. And I also worked on research that has that name over there, that optimization for sensor-based assessment of near faults. So detecting faults have been done a long time, a lot of papers. What if you can detect near faults, which means maybe you're not walking too correctly, maybe for older people, they're losing their abilities to balance and walk, and we can detect that and get them in treatment, or if you had an accident and then you need physical therapy again, and we can detect that, which that doesn't exist. There is a paper that is hopefully to be published, has been submitted to the MS operational research. So I have also some experience in Python and developing web applications, and now you don't want to use all that now.
Time's up.
Getting into it.
Yeah.
Hey, game.
Okay, hello. My name is Andre North. I obviously have my bachelor's in business analytics. I was introduced to data science and computer science through my degree in business analytics. It was talking about data and how you can make your business more efficient. I became greatly hungry to become a data scientist, but obviously I didn't have the right channels and the right way of getting there. So my mentor Kaya gave me all this type of cool stuff to come here, obviously meet some great people, and that's what I'm on now. I'm on a path to figure out a way just how I can learn and grow to myself. What I really ultimately want to do is marry the two, business and data science, to be a great product or project manager that actually knows what data scientists are going through instead of just telling them a point and an end result and then getting them there. I know that there's troubles now with communication all across the board from many different groups, and I just want to be a bridge, a pathway, for success.
Great job.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashraf Bak. I'm a PhD student from the University of Delaware in computer science. My research is in information retrieval with a special focus on complex search tasks. And as part of my research, we try to understand users' preferences in complex search tasks using user studies, and also propose retrieval models to leverage search history, as well as propose some simulation models to generate search history in the absence of search history. So that's a few things that I do for my research, and currently I'm actively looking for a job, full-time job as a data scientist or applied scientist in Ireland.
Awesome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shinalo Komamchanwet. It's too long, so just call me Shine. I'm a PhD student at University of Illinois at Chicago. My keyword: data mining, social network analysis, and in Kenya, and we collect data at Kenya, and we want to buy it. who is a leader. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Don't time me again. Okay.
Your time. When you're ready, you can breathe.
Okay. Hi, so my name is Diana. I actually work in Lawrence Livermore National Lab as a data analyst. My bachelor's was in biomathematics, and I'm going to study in UCD with my master's in statistics. At Lawrence Livermore, what I like to think that I do is data science and bioinformatics. So all my effort goes into basically helping to achieve personalized medicine. My work underlies in doing metagenomic analysis of clinical samples. When you, basically what we want to do is that in the near future, you just go to the doctor and you get a sample of your DNA, you get a genotype, and then from that, we go through a sequence of quality control to screen out contaminations. We can look at all of your genome to predict different, how do I say, the possibilities of you developing certain diseases, and also to see if you have certain viruses, and in order to basically medicate you well, right? So that's all I do. Yeah.
Good job.
Hi everyone, my name is Deepika Anand. I'm from Land of Cultures, India, just landed in States a week back. So in my undergraduation, I researched on recommendation engine. I published a paper on the same and did my thesis on cloud security. Thereafter, I chose to work with BlackRock. I worked there for about a year, and then I moved on and worked with Expedia. I'm a Chrome extension developer. Apart from being a Java developer, I'm an open source contributor. I've contributed in projects in JavaScript, Python, and Java. So now in my master's at USC, I hope to explore social web mining, and I also hope to explore in fintech. That's about me. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Gazan-Sapas. I'm a PhD candidate in computer science at the University of Georgia. Yesterday we heard Omar talk about wearable technology and how much important it is. Delivering accurate information on human activity has become a very important field in pervasive computing. My research focuses on a very high granularity of activity recognition, such as walking in high heels versus walking in sneakers. We use and this has many applications, such as my grandmother who needed 24/7 monitoring because of her health condition. In my research, we use a variety of machine learning techniques to number of daily activities using the phone's accelerometer and gyroscope.
Awesome.
Hello, I'm Dmitry Melikov from Lithuania. And well, I have worked for about 10 years in the academia teaching students. My PhD is in math, in fact quite theoretical math. So afterwards I spent quite a lot of time trying to move more to the applied side of things. And right now I work at a industry company called Mediafone. I analyze telecommunications data. And well, it's a fun place to be. There's a lot of shady activity going on. So I'm part of the team which is trying to either stop it or move it at least to our competitors. Thanks.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ella Ahmadi. I am doing my PhD at the University of Louisville. I'm working on the classification of the data stream. An example of the data stream is the stream of emails, ATM transaction, games, or data from a stock.
So the challenges for the streaming data is that many of the real world streaming data are imbalanced. So let's say in the stream of email, you have a spam email versus legitimate email like 5% compared to 95%. Another challenge is the phenomenon called concept drift because the data is dynamically changing and we are here to actually detect the changes and update the model in order to maintain the performance. But in order to rebuild the model, you need the labels, and labeling is very expensive, and many often the true labels are not available immediately after classification. So what we are doing is using active learning techniques. We reduce the labeling and rebuilding the model using partially labeled data. So for this, actually we save the time and reduce the cost of analysis of the streaming data. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hi everyone, my name is Carrie Ann. I'm a PhD student in computational mathematics at Stanford. So the overarching sort of theme in my research career has been using machine learning and data mining techniques to identify rare events and sensor data. First I worked in biodefense and now I'm applying it to earthquake seismology. So here in the Bay Area, every year there's hundreds of earthquakes, but most of them are too small to feel. So living here, I don't feel hundreds of earthquakes. But these small earthquakes are really useful for us seismologists to study, to be able to understand the hazards. And so we've been using data mining algorithms that are used for content-based information retrieval, usually for audio and speech signal processing, and applying those in earthquake science. And so we sort of call it in 3 words, my research is Shazam for earthquakes.
Hello everyone, my name is Masa, and I'm here to help people to have an ongoing conversation with data. So I've been in the field of computer science for more than 10 years. I have a master's degree in AI, and I'm finishing up my PhD in computer science and computer engineering. And my research focus is recommender system. I always know that I love recommender system because it's somehow combining psychology with computer science. But recently I took a test as a part of my internship at Nationwide, and it turns out my top 5 strengths are communication, positivity, winning others over. So now I understand why I really want to impress people and why I want to know your taste and comment something that you love. So basically I'm doing, so as a part of sharing my knowledge with others, I'm doing an internship at Nationwide as a data scientist. And I'm helping them to have a conversation with data through HomeSmart.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Oscar, and I am a PhD student at the University of São Paulo, Brazil. My areas of interest are image segmentation and computer physics. Do you know that almost 90% of the population suffer a disease called malocclusion? Malocclusion refers to an irregular alignment of the lower and upper teeth. And in many cases, patients need surgery or treatment with a mandibular repositioning device. And orthodontists use 3D computed tomographies in order to follow or evaluate their treatments. And my research focuses in segmenting the tomographies. Basically, I try to extract the bones such as mandible, maxilla, and skull base. Currently, it takes around 6 hours to manipulate different tools in order to extract the bone of fingers. We developed an approach based on supervoxels. Okay.
That's words.
Hi, my name is Pablo. I'm doing the PhD at the University of Campinas in Brazil. I first started in distributed computing, so I focus more on the infrastructure. Then I did my master's in learning pattern similarity, which is text mining. Then I took a job 6 months in computational photography, and now I'm working. I left industry to do the PhD, and I'm mining cell phone logs for abroad. That's it. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Harissa. I'm a PhD candidate in computer science at UC Davis. I divide my projects into two categories. Like the first one is focusing on privacy and provenance. And the second one is a little different area, is about like using a logic framework for merging taxonomical concept and conflict resolution. So one of the current projects that I'm working on is privacy preserving coordination in smart communities. Like the goal is just like we can like coordinating different actions, like for example, accessing to a shared resource. So for example, if you think of highway as a shared resource, like you want to coordinate like different people using that, say like if you want to get somewhere early in the morning and the other person doesn't have anything important, then maybe they can give up their slot so that you can get on time. And then yeah, just coordinate this thing.
Good job.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Pivitra Vijay, call me Pivi. I'm a PhD student from Syracuse University. I'm in my third year. I love working with graphs. For me, I think I can model every problem as a graph. So for my first passion for graphs led me to solve some real-world problems. So then I started working on social network analysis for my PhD. In that, I tried to solve many problems. And one interesting problem I tried to solve was predicting who will answer a question in Stack Overflow. So in that case, we looked at your interaction graphs, the sentiment of interactions, and the time of interactions, and all these predictors to predict whether we can predict someone will answer a question or not. At the moment, I'm working on identifying interaction patterns in dynamic social networks. In that case, if I talk to someone, what will be his action next? So whether he will talk to someone else, whether he will broadcast that information. So I'm trying to predict that at the moment. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Rafael Plaza. Probably you have heard about Facebook, Twitter, and many other social networks. Well, all these social networks have a mathematical object associated with them. This object is called a graph. So in my research, I focused in studying some graph properties. And why are these graph properties important? Because they encode some relevant information about the social network, for example. So to study these graph properties, you need to use mathematical and computational tools. In my research, I have been using algebraic techniques to study graph properties. One example of the algebraic techniques is the eigenvalue method. In the eigenvalue method, you compute the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the distancing matrix of a graph. And one famous example of that technique is the PageRank algorithm.
Great job.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Samira Fiankar. I am a second year PhD student. My main research is about semantic concept detection from multimedia data. As you may know, multimedia data is increasing very fast, and this broad availability of multimedia data had resulted in a big data revolution in multimedia management systems. So we are facing two main challenges. First of all, how to analyze this high volume and variety of data in an effective and efficient manner. Second of all, how to analyze multimedia data with imbalanced distribution. Thank you very much.
everybody. My name is Shiri Dorigaboko, and you can call me Siri with an H. My research is controversy detection and analysis. Think about abortions, climate change, Donald Trump. Let's not talk about that. But even smaller controversies that you might not be aware of. For example, in March, a Black founder made a minor tweet storm when he posted about racism in the VC community here in Silicon Valley. It wasn't big enough at first to attract big news attention, but a few VCs retweeted it, and there were little Twitter fights over whether he was right or wrong, and eventually it made mainstream news media with 500,000 page views for those articles. That's the kind of that's the kind of stories that we can detect. And recently, I actually founded a startup to bring this technology to market, and I was fortunate enough to win an award from UMass funding this company. And I'm happy to talk more about that. And also, if you're curious about improving your networking skills, your public speaking skills, or your negotiation, or if you're looking to find a job, any of those, come talk to me. Maybe I can help.
All right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Terrence Anderson. I'm a student at Syracuse University School of Information Studies in the master's program. My research is involving utility companies' usage data from the consumer level. We look at the technology adoption side of things, but we also look at any privacy issues and several different aspects of the data. It's funded by the National Science Foundation. As part of the project I've been working on for 2 years, me and another student implemented a big data analysis infrastructure from the ground up, and I currently manage it. So.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Cedeño. I'm a PhD student from the Computer Science Department at Virginia Tech. My interest is in the spatial temporal cluster detection. This is the process of finding regions with the spatial and temporal similarity. So this is an area of interest right now because of the growing size of this large spatial temporal data set. This presents data scientists a problem to find regularities in the spatial time series. So what I'm working is in a model that uses minimum description length and dynamic programming. Why these techniques? Because they let me segment time series optimally and automatically. And this is a great help for fields such as epidemiology, astronomy, and climate science. And what I love about data science is that it allows me to learn from different disciplines, for example, algorithms, statistics, visualization, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, that is it.
Yes. As you guys was talking and speaking, I was annotating like different keywords that you can pronounce, and I came up with 4 different clusters. The cluster will be used, so we can actually generate groups.
Do you mind if I say a couple of things real quick?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't planning on doing this, but I did it because I thought maybe it could be useful. So I actually wrote down some things that from each person as they were doing it that I think made the elevator pitch more interesting, more engaging, perhaps more useful. I don't know. So I'll list these out. I don't know if it's any good, but at least to me, it sort of spoke more engaging, right? So there were a couple I think that were really good examples. Shiri and Delabron. I'm not sure if I'm saying both of you guys' names. Oh, you're sitting next to each other, maybe.
Roommates.
Oh, there you go. All right. So those were, I think, particularly good. Not to say that anyone's is bad, but I think those were really engaging, and those, as well as some others, had these things that I think were useful. One, they sort of started with something that was non-technical. I heard right away, what was it that you did that is every day, that is sort of like a thought-provoking question or topic, right? It has nothing to do with technical, but what you do solves that or tries to solve that. And right away, I understand what it is that you're looking for. There was also concrete examples. So it's like, yeah, I'm looking at this kind of thing. It's interesting. And by the way, this is where you see it. This is an example, exact example of it. And right away, I know, okay, I know the type of topic you're looking to solve. And if that wasn't clear, now I have an example of what that looks like. So those two are really helpful. And then sort of a little bit more as you get into it, there was also mention of what's the goal about the problem that you're trying to solve, right? So yes, great, this is real world, this is gonna have an impact, I understand it, but now you're telling me why it is that you're looking at it, right? You're not just saying, oh, okay, well, everybody solved this, so I'm resolving it. No, you're saying this is what's really difficult about it, and this is what's interesting from a technical perspective, or from a psychological or whatever perspective, this is a hard problem to solve, or at least an interesting problem enough to solve. Then more on the, I think, sort of personal side, the way, either the delivery or sort of mentioning something interesting about yourself. One example that I wrote down is the woo, winning people over. You guys are sitting together. This is that's
We're just all sitting towards the front because that's the kind of people we are.
That's a term I had never seen before, right? And there was something there, like a little survey that you did. So that's something just interesting about yourself that makes me connect to you as a person. And that helps the conversation, right? So if you can put something in that helps on a people level connect, I think that's useful. And then, and I've heard this type of advice before, always when you sort of start the conversation or sort of end what you're trying to deliver, make sure that you're sort of presenting what you're looking for out of that person, right? Not necessarily like, hey, by the way, I'm looking for a job, give me a job. But in a lot of conversations, especially with people that are technical and with people that here, you're looking to network, you're looking to, some people are looking for jobs, internships, collaborations. Make sure that at some point in the conversation, people you're talking to sort of have an understanding of, okay, this is where you're at, this is what you would like to have, so that in that conversation, you both know, okay, this is, perhaps this person can really help me with something. And so make sure you sort of, in a way, state your interest, right? Leave them wanting something and know sort of where you're at. So those are just some things I wrote down. Again, I don't know if they're helpful or not, but it helped a lot with the
Kyle, would it be okay if I just jumped up a little and added one or two tips, like practical tips? So, sorry guys, I happen to get some training from a public speaking coach, which is why I'm letting myself do this. Otherwise, there's no way I stand up in front of all of you and offer tips. But there's a couple of things that are super, super easy to do and that might actually help you up your level of your talk really easily. So number one, which I mentioned to a couple people here, is you're probably going to be nervous. That's okay. Instead of telling yourself you should calm down, don't calm down. Instead, tell yourself, I'm excited. And the funny thing is, your body can't tell the difference. Physiologically, being nervous and being excited are almost indistinguishable. And so there's a study showing that when people were told to just not say anything versus when they were told try to calm down before you talk versus being told try to get excited before you talk, or just even telling yourself that one line, I'm excited, there was people who trying to calm themselves down actually reduced their performance. People who told themselves to get excited were 20% better public speakers than if they just didn't do anything. And people who were trying to calm down were actually perceived by others as less confident speakers. So don't try to calm down, just try to get excited. And remember, this is your work, you're passionate about it, just let that passion show through. And you know, that one tip alone, hopefully can improve your public speaking by 20%.
Amazing point. I may also add, I love the advice for both sides. Something that is quite useful for me in this situation is to understand the notion of empathy. And empathy is quite important, and you will use it in every part of your life. Either you are in a date, either you look for a job, either you want to go married to somebody. You have to be some level of empathy. And once you understand empathy, you will realize that there are many elevator pitches that you need. Say, for example, you're in an interview with a company, and you will have different type of people getting into the room and asking you questions, not only coding questions, but also like teamwork questions. And you will realize that given the person that you have in front, you will have a different message, and you will need different words. So work will become more relevant. The other person with the same age that is asking you a coding question, the different message that you need to work with someone that is actually in a higher position, working 10, 15 years in that company. And also you can go very detailed in both of those cases. Somehow, for some person, you have to give an addition, a message, something that comes out to anybody else. And for other person, you have to be very technical, something going to already with computational time, hash tables, or whatever it is. And that's something that worked for me quite well. And just having mind enough. Going back to our scale. So as you guys were describing the amazing work that you are doing, I kind of identify 4 different clusters. This is a fuzzy clustering. It's not really clear at all. And I asked for illusion because I made a mistake. However, this is the best I could do. I identified 4 clusters, and we're going to do these clusters to separate people into groups. And that is especially with more technical. First of all, we have social networks. Then we have machine learning. Then we have data mining / data science. And finally, we have something like computer science. So we have topics like computer vision, distributed systems, security, and what else. So I think what we're going to do now is for every person, we're going to give them one of these topics. And such that they will know what they belong to. I think we did the slides.
Oh, slides, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, aren't the people who don't have slides gonna present?
Right, so we're gonna do that afterwards, and then we'll. All right, 1 second. Slide, okay. Number 1 is
Alexander, social networks.
So remember your groups, social networks.
Number 2.
Oh, Andre.
Machine learning.
Andreas.
Number 3. Data science.
Data science.
/ data mining.
Ash.
Data mining / data science. Data mining / data science.
Okay.
Number 6.
Data mining.
Yeah, data mining.
Yes.
/ data science.
So I'm thinking we should separate people out, all the 4 groups that know where to go. Yeah, so it's what's the first group? Social networks?
Social networks.
Social networks, can you meet up at the front here? Social networking folks, so you're gonna actually have to get up and move. I know, we're gonna get up and actually move. So social networks, just come to the front. Right, but I'm just letting you know where to go when you say the names. Then the machine learning group, let's be behind the AV and the video guys. Then the data science, let's go in the back corner.
Data mining / data science.
/ data science. Back in the corner. And then the data.